issues around this repeatedly. I will continue. Yeah, Nick, before you got here, I was like, hey, I'm probably not going to record these because my son's going to be screaming the whole time. But it's all good.
Yeah,
We can
that's my bad. Do
all good stuff.
you want me to stop it?
You don't have to stop them. I don't care.
Okay,
It'll be great archival information for later on when
for
we're
sure.
a multi-trillion-dollar company and they're like, hey, I remember that old chat they never uploaded. I bet it's still there somewhere. I'll give you 50,000 for
For
it.
sure.
We'll mint this as a great NFT is what we'll do.
There
Anyways,
you go.
I didn't I didn't want everybody to like I felt bad almost because so many people came to my defense this morning. I don't ever want to like dogpile anybody. Everybody's input is extremely valid, and I do understand his input for sure, most certainly. I would uh I would counter with it might be coming from somebody that didn't do the due diligence research that's required whenever you're making an investment. Because I've been very clear from the very beginning that our timelines, how we're working on stuff, when you can expect to see it, what you should expect to see when it's done, so on and so forth. Um, if anything, we've tried to exceed those timelines where we can. I've also made it very clear that some of our roadmap items are fluid. It'll change a little bit when you see things. Some things might be stage 3 items that you see in stage 1. Some stage 1 items might not come out to stage 2. Uh, these things will flip and flop a little bit. We develop as quickly as we possibly can uh, with quality in mind. So we don't to release things before it can pass that quality standard, but at the same time, we do want to make sure that we're always moving forward. And of course, our goal overall is to be deeply embedded in the virtual reality environment, and we stay dedicated to that goal, and we will get there. I understand people's frustration with it, especially because I do know I'm a numbers guy, so I watch the numbers, and I understand that a lot of people we gained a lot of holders during a short period of time. That was the coin market cap and coin gecko listing. A lot of those guys aped in, bought in, and they're still down. They've been down this entire time, but yet they're still holding, still on our holders list. So, um, whether or not they did do their full due diligence research is all um, you know what I mean? Like there's some that absolutely did and they're holding because they believe in the project. There's some that didn't and they're only holding because they just want to get their money back. And then there's some that are no longer holding and we're never sure what they bought into, and so on and so forth. There's a bunch of different types of holders on that big list of people. Um, Empire of Nothing got to me because he's here. He's like semi-involved. He has stayed in our Discord and in our Telegram. Um, so he's either actively choosing not to follow and not to listen to like all the AMAs or the relevant information that's available already, or he's just actively just trying to push and control one specific item. Uh, Either way, it finally got to me. I apologize. I probably shouldn't have even reacted to it in the chat. I feel bad about that altogether. I didn't mean to start anything between anybody or anything like that. That I'll continue to try to improve, do things as quickly and as um, as humanly possible. I would say to some degree. There's some things that I can't control. Uh, I'm not the overall dev for every aspect of this project. Some things that uh, I have to lean on other people for, and I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that these people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing or not doing a good job. They definitely are. Everybody in the team so far has done fantastic work altogether. But I'll never be able to promise certain deliveries on certain things. At least not right now in the stage of development, just because I'm not entirely sure um, that somebody else's standards would meet up to my standards, if that makes sense. Even if somebody was able to tell me when they would have a finished product, their finished product might not be my finished product. So there's a whole realm of quality control that goes into this development. I'm extremely busy with a lot of the administrative tasks that I have with the project. So a lot of the development right now has fallen onto MetaGuile and Rogarski for the VR stuff. I allow them a certain amount of free reign because of that. They're doing a fantastic job. They're staying at it. They're continuously building more and more assets and expanding on what they already have. That being said, even whenever they have quote unquote their finished framework, I'll have to then step in personally and get involved and do some micro finishing touches, if that makes sense. It'll be a little bit of a process. We are working on it. And as soon as we're able to expand the team directly in that field, we will. Again, it's something that's already came up well before now within the team's discussions. Uh, we're just not quite there yet. We have other offerings that will be available to the public beforehand, and we need to focus on those. And that's what we're doing. I feel bad that I've taken up this much time even addressing that altogether, but I just felt the need to. It's fairly rare that I react publicly in any way towards something like that, and the only reason why I did again is because I have personally responded to that individual at least 6 times before today's date, and I had never got a response from my responses. So I just don't know what else to do there. If that makes sense. I've tried to initiate um, any type of uh, conversation that we can have, so I can take your information and possibly change my actions, or maybe uh, do things to improve. But unless you're willing to have that dialogue, we won't ever get there. Uh, okay, moving on. um, two things I want to touch on real quick. Earlier today, an individual came to me or came to our main chat, and they mentioned that they had removed some liquidity from their farm. And when you remove the liquidity from the farm, what it's going to do, it's going to hand you back LP um, tokens, MBC LP cake, what it should be called. And then you actually have to unpair that liquidity. The same way you get into the farm, you have to then take those steps in reverse order to get out of the farm. Well, whenever they did this today, it actually taxed their transaction and they lost some MBC in the process. I was able to verify their transaction and that is what happened. Uh, I believe now that has been fixed. Um, you should not be taxed going in or leaving the farm. There's not even a chance of that happening on the staking pools, but on the farm, it's a little bit of a different story. And we had to set up the constructor itself. So you have to pair and unpair through the constructor. You can't do it through Pancake Swap. I could explain that, but it's a little bit long-winded. Long story short, buys and sells. That's what it looks like on Pancake Swap. I don't want to have to exclude everybody individually for whenever they need to swap. So there's a device built that does that for you. The constructor. This person went through the constructor and it for some reason did not work and it still taxed them. I have went through, verified all the settings, re-entered the settings just to make sure in case they were entered wrong. I have not seen anybody go back through the constructor yet. Um, to verify that the fix is in per se, but I will also put in a line with Brew Labs just to make sure that they know that the issue happened and to see what their response is. I have not received a response back from them. I'm not expecting to until later on this evening, here in about 3 hours probably. Maverick will probably get back to me and let me know what's going on there. Um, Again, I believe that it was more than likely a error in settings, possibly even my fault that I had set the settings incorrectly, and it is now fixed. But if you are here and you are farming, maybe wait until I get a verification on that. If for some reason you're in an emergency situation and you need to remove liquidity, by all means do so. You will only be taxed on your MBC, not on your BNB, and I can replenish your MBC. So, uh, that being said, I wanted to make that aware to everybody, at least that's here right now. That was the situation. It was going on. I believe it's fixed right now. Um, I don't have a way of absolutely verifying that it is fixed. As soon as I can verify that, I will put up an update in the entire community in a written form explaining what had happened, what we did to fix it, and now it being fixed. And hopefully that's the direction it goes. We shall see. Alrighty. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up, question was asked earlier. One second. I'm sorry. Just read it before I went into that thing and then I forgot. But the other question is what reminded me of it. Okay. Okay. So this question came up again, and we'll kind of just talk about it once more just to go over it. Somebody asked, trying to find the exact wording on it. Okay. So essentially they said, hey, a 30-day stake earns 23.22% APR, but the 90-day stake earns 21.58 APR. Question mark. Thank you. Um, Cloud Castle was the person who asked this question. That's a fantastic question, Cloud Castle. And how is that determined? And so on and so forth. So what that boils down to is no matter how many people are participating in the pool itself will set the APR. You can raise it by adding additional liquidity into the pool. Um, but that is the determining factor is how many people are participating and what the liquidity amount is because they're just getting a percentage share. And not even again, not even the people participating. It's actually the tokens that are in the pool. So it's the tokens from liquidity versus the tokens that are on the other side. So, um, the answer to the individual's question is really yes. I can raise the rates. I cannot raise the rates individually though. Those staking pools share the exact same block on the blockchain. Um, it is true staking. So that being said, I would have to add additional liquidity. By doing so, it would still raise the rate of the 30-day pool at the same rate that it's raising to the 90-day pool. The way that that usually works itself out in general is the market decides what's better. People will leave the 90-day pool and just start staking in the 30-day pool. Like everybody who's joining now, for instance, you can't leave the 90-day pool, obviously, because you're staked in. But all the people who are staking now can just continuously stake in the 30-day pool. They can do it for 30 days, and then do it again for 30 days, and then do it again for 30 days. and more people will continue to do that as they continue to add in. The reason why it got counterinflated the way it did is because we have so many diamond hand holders. There's so many people that are like, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to toss my tokens in. I don't want to have to worry about this again, though. I'm just going to toss my tokens in a 90-day pool. So that's why it's that's why the way it looks the way it does. If anything, it's just a testament to how strong our base community floor is within the project itself. We have a large majority of diamond hand holders. It's fantastic. They don't even look at the numbers. They don't question it. They just lock their tokens away. They know they're going to get more tokens. They don't care what the rate is. They just know, hey, right now I'm going to get more MBC for the MBC I'm already going to hold. I'm going to toss it in there for 90 days. It's rare that you see something like that within a product. It's really cool, actually. That being said, again, I've said from the beginning, we'll stay, or we'll try our best at least to stay competitive with the rewards. And I mean that across market. I don't necessarily mean that within our individual pool. Um, I'll let our I'll let our holders decide where they want to hold their tokens. But if our 90-day pool, for instance, is falling at a like a real low rate compared to an additional um, pool provider, then more than likely uh, I'll raise the liquidity level just to meet market standard. I think if I had to, I'm trying to judge for now, just per this conversation, since I'm looking at this page, I'll just judge it off what Brew Labs offering. If the page ever loads, it never does. It takes minutes. Okay. So Brew Labs 90-day pool giving you 17.84, and our 90-day pool is giving you 21.58. So, and then the Cody pool is giving you 24.02. So we're right in the middle in between there. I feel good about that rate. We'll probably try to keep it close to that. The 30-day pool is giving you 23.2. There's twice as many tokens staked in the 90-day pool as there is in the 30-day pool. So a lot more tokens will have to get added to the 30-day pool for that to flip. Like an additional 10 trillion tokens will have to get added to the 30-day pool in order for that to like APR to even out. Again, that's our holders. That's not me who controls that. But I can add additional liquidity if that rate falls below like the general market rate. And I've said from the beginning that we will do that. Of course, we want to stay competitive, and we want to continue to reward our holders for doing what they're doing. More to take out of 30-day pool, right? Yeah, correct. Anyways, is there any questions that anybody has from the community? I would love to provide some answers. Okay. Nick, what are you doing today?
Getting ready to watch the football games after this is over.
Is the football game the Bengals game?
Bengals, yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so question. I'm not a sports ball type of guy at all. Like I don't follow any sports whatsoever.
Yeah.
My wife's headed to Ohio. She's already there now, but she was hanging out like at the casino for a little bit, and then she was gonna go watch the Bengals game. So when she said the Bengals game, is this the Super Bowl?
No. It's the playoffs. So this is the last round of the playoffs. So whoever wins the day, there's 2 games a day. Whoever wins the day goes to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so who's playing versus the Bengals?
The Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City. See, Kansas City. That sounds like they're probably pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah,
because
the Chiefs are good.
their college football. Yeah, their college football is always doing good. I know that much.
I'm gonna be real honest with
Okay.
you though. If they've made it this far, they're all pretty good.
Even during COVID years. I mean, come on, guys. Come on, let's be real. Sorry, I'm just joking. So who won the Super Bowl last year?
Last year was the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. Never mind. Wait, so is that Tom Brady?
Yes, that's Tom Brady's
Okay,
new team. Well,
that's what I
he
thought.
just actually announced he was retiring, I think. So
Well, that's what I thought though. So that was that man. Like that's whenever he finally like broke the record as like the all time like Super Bowl winner, right?
yeah, I think he already had it. Honestly, he broke his own record though. The man's
He broke
legit.
his own record.
Yeah, the
No, I
man
mean
is setting records and then breaking them.
honestly though, like that those other brothers seem like such a cooler story. Uh, the Mannings, Peyton Manning, and then what's his brother's name? Troy Manning or something?
Eli.
Eli Manning. Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. How in the hell do you have two sons that end up going to the
Oh,
NFL?
bud.
Like, you know?
There's lots of brothers. There's lots of brothers in the league now. The
Oh,
Watt
really?
brothers, Bosa's. I think there's two Bosa's. Yeah.
So another random football question. I'm sorry, guys, to be spinning off on football questions, but I'm now curious about this one for sure. So, did Teddy Bridgewater ever do anything?
I mean, he was on the field. I
Okay,
can
well,
give him that.
I was just wondering. I mean, like, dude, he had such a cool story. Like his backstory. He's from Louisville, and his backstory was like truly heartfelt. And then I heard he went to the NFL, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, dude. Great for. And then I never heard of his name ever again.
You know, he didn't do much this year. I mean, he didn't do terrible, but it wasn't great by any means.
That's fun. Anyways, all right, that's enough foosball talk. Um, but so long story short, though, the Bengals win today. They will go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I need the Bengals to win. I got $5 on them.
Oh, wow, $5 was
Yeah.
big
Yeah,
gamble.
and then the 49ers play. It's a guy at work. We've been betting all through the playoffs.
And then the four. So wait, did the 49ers already win?
No, it's the 49ers versus the Rams later on today.
Oh, I bet the Rams win that. I've
Yeah,
voted the Rams.
they probably will, but I knew he would take the Rams, so I bet for the 49ers.
Yeah, for sure.
Their
For
quarterback
sure.
is not very good.
Where are the Rams? They're not in St. Louis, are they?
No, not anymore. They're
Yeah, they
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Anyways, what's up,
Yeah.
Manny? You got to talk about some football?
You know what? I can't believe the Chiefs took out the Bills, man. That was the most heartbreaking moment
Dude,
of my
I
life.
will say that game was legit. Like you couldn't ask for a better playoff game.
No, that was one of the like. As a neutral, I'm not a neutral. I'm a Bills fan, but if you're a neutral, that is probably one of the most exciting games of football you'll ever watch.
Probably.
Off top, as somebody who does not watch football, does not follow football, you got to have a trash team to have your team named the Bills.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
We're called. We're the Bills. I mean, what is that?
But
What is?
it's the Buffalo Bills.
It's such a trash name. I
Oh
would
my
vote on
god!
that name change in a heartbeat. What a garbage name. The Buffalo Bills. What's it stand for?
Buffalo Bills, man. You know, Buffalo Bills. Go
Is
Bills.
their mas- is their mascot a guy?
No, it's a
Uh,
buffalo. It's a
I'm
buffalo
actually not sure.
and a bunch of dudes who like launched themselves over a flaming table.
Yeah, Bills Mafia, bud.
Yeah.
Shit. Uh,
This is
anyways,
the one topic we can talk about. This is the one topic we can
Weird.
talk about that Chris doesn't know that much about.
makes me feel good.
I know. I honestly know close to zero about like footballs themselves. Wow.
I did have a question though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was mentioned earlier, but is there any talk on when NFTs are approximate release?
There's been a lot of talk internally, in the past couple days about when we will be releasing. I can't give you guys an exact timeline, but the internal game, we have everything contract ready by this upcoming Friday. Whether or not we'll be minting Friday, I doubt that.
Oh, no, I just want to know if I missed anything. I've been in and out. This isn't an exaggeration. I've been working 16-hour days the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My computer's just broken. And I was a Bills fan back when I followed sports. Yeah. Dominica Bob. You still got my Bills blanket from the 90s. Now it
Oh
lines
wow.
the floor of the Jeep. Oh, wow. Now it lines the floor of the Jeep. They said their Bills blanket's trash, just like the team's name.
Oh my god. How
What's
can
their logo? I'm gonna Google what their logo looks like. Okay, so yeah, it's literally just a. Oh,
Josh Allen is legit.
Oh yeah.
Josh Allen's their quarterback.
Josh Allen. Okay.
He's also basically their running back.
It's a great young team. I'll leave it at that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are they new? How long they
No,
been
no, no.
around?
No, the Bills have been around a long time. He's saying that the players are fairly young.
Okay, yeah. See, because I got hyped because I'm from Houston, so I got really hyped whenever the Texans came about, and dude, they were crap. They were such duty. I heard they got
Yeah, they
better,
still are.
but yeah, that makes sense, man. Honestly makes sense.
I forgot who they were playing, but I was
don't know.
like, man, these guys are going to go out and stomp them. And the Texans actually had like one of their best defensive games of the season, and I was pissed.
That's funny.
It happens.
Yeah, I'm not like sports adverse. I get down at bowling. Like if you ever want to go bowling, I'm a boss bowler. But
When's the Super
outside of
Bowl
like
of bowling, bud?
bro, they totally have like multiple world championships. Just let you know this right now.
I know.
Bowling's very serious at the competitive level. I don't
Yeah,
get down like bowling like
for the
that
50
though.
people that
Like,
watch.
but I'm not very good like at running or like hitting balls or catching things and stuff like that. Like I'm pretty bad at all that stuff. But I'm really good at like just like standing there, rolling something, uh doing math. I can play yeah, I'm a great
So,
frisbee golf. Have you ever played disc
dude,
golf? I can rule.
have you ever watched the movie Basketball?
No. No, I have
That's
not.
exactly what you just sounded like. Yeah, we're pretty good at basketball as long as we don't have to run, jump, or dribble or anything.
Oh, I legit can't dribble. I legit cannot dribble. Like it's terrible. I was
I
actually
know
really
Cody's
bad at
in here. He'll get that reference.
I was actually really bad at football, like in junior high, because I'm from Texas, so you don't have a choice. Like in Texas, you have to play. So in junior high, I tried playing football. The coach literally, like, because I'm also really tall. I'm 6 foot. I've been 6 foot since I was in like sixth grade. So the coach actually came up to me in football and was like, "Hey, you're terrible at this. So we're gonna pull you off and we're gonna put you on the basketball court." And I was like, "All right, man, I'll give it a shot." Yeah, I quit that in like a week or two or something. I was terrible. I couldn't dribble or anything. Anyways, back to project real quick. I'm gonna touch base on a couple marketing events that we have moving forward. Um, and then we can go ahead and cut this thing short. We've talked sports for
Yeah,
a long
you know what?
time.
I'll make a marketing announcement. If the Bills make the Super Bowl next year, I will take one random MVC member with me. I'll pay for it because we're gonna have that much money. That's how confident I am the Bills are gonna make it.
But wait, aren't they going to the Super Bowl now?
No, they got eliminated last week by KC.
Okay, so they couldn't
Next
even make
year,
it this year, but you think next year they will make it?
they will next year. The
Okay,
Bills lost by 13 seconds, so I'm gonna shut up.
man. Is it one of those things like in racing, 13 seconds is a lot. Like if you lost like by 13 seconds in a race, then that's terrible.
They felt pretty
Anyways,
confident they were going to win, and then they did not win.
yeah, I bet they would have if they had a different name. Just being honest. Bills. How do they? What is the What is the crowd chant whenever they're winning? Like, go Bills! Go Bill! I'm sorry, I can't get over that. It's such a ridiculous name. Anyways, this week we do have some marketing moves happening. Um, we have the live stream event that we will be doing, I believe tomorrow, like midday. I will touch base with mobile trades this afternoon, try to get a time down. That way we can start spreading it in the community when we plan on going live, doing that event. Hopefully later today, I'll make an official announcement of our new YouTube partner. I'm just waiting to hear back from him. uh he operates like extremely late hours on California time. So it's like extremely late hours for me. California and me are 3 hours apart, if that makes sense. They're already 3 hours behind. And then he has a schedule where it's like in California time, he wakes up at noon and then stays awake till like 3 a.m. So for me, that's like he's just now waking up, maybe. And then he'll be up until my 6 a.m. And a lot of our communication ends up taking place between like 11 p.m. my time and like 2 a.m. my time. So I expect at some point me and him will end up talking later on this afternoon. Him or her, you never know. We'll talk later on this afternoon. As soon as I get all the official stuff squared away, I'll put that announcement out. I know he's going to be announcing some stuff to his community. He wants to be able to tell his Patreon people first before the news gets out. So I might not be able to make like an official announcement to everybody quite yet. I need to find out whether or not he's let his Patreon people know first, giving them the opportunity to join the MBC family before he makes the announcement and starts doing some videos for it. Makes sense. It's the right thing to do for his Patreon people. Again, I hope that announcement will come this afternoon, this evening. If it doesn't, maybe just look forward to it on Monday as well. I'll try to get the official time that me and Trades will go live set in stone. And as soon as I do have that time set in stone, I will put that out to everybody here. Um, we will be expanding on banner ad placements, and we're going to be trying some higher end banners. We're just trying to make sure that we time it in conjunction with our other marketing pushes. That way, there's just like a lot of coverage going on. Um, anyways, I think that's all I got for you guys. If there's any questions, I'm here to take them. If not, uh, I'll go back to doing my thing and let these guys go watch their foosball. They're watching the Bengals game today. Bengals. Alrighty. Thank you all very much. I appreciate your time. If there's any questions, concerns, anything like that ever, uh, feel free to hit me up in the main chat. I'm always available. Sometimes it does take me a little bit to get back to you guys, but I always do respond. Thank you.